Yeah, we are talking Fix the Country, but before anything, let me bring on our cocktail that we always have right here on the show. So we have our cocktail named after the personality of the week that we're having on the show, and as well springs of Mokobe. Pastor Nyokan will be joining us later on in the show, and the ingredients are pineapple juice, green apple syrup, cucumber, and then Good Day energy drink. So making a fantastic cocktail that you can even replicate at home. Now, getting straight back into the conversation, hashtag Fix the Country is something that has been on our lips, a hashtag that's been trending on social media for weeks. We've all participated, we've all seen it, or at least some of us have participated, some of us have seen it, and some of us have interacted with the hashtag in many ways. Finally, the clearance was given for August 4th for the big demonstration to happen on Founders Day. It did go down on Founders Day this Wednesday, but the attendance, particularly on the celebrity side, was quite low. A lot of conversation has been had about that, but let's get into the details. Now, I think the only one on the panel here who did or was front and center at the Fix the Country demonstration was you, Blakk Rasta. Tell me the general overview of how it was. How was the demonstration?
Well, I would say that the demonstration was one of the best organized. I mean, in recent times, you would realize that people were on the street, they behaved so well, and we had people who were collecting rubbish on the street.
Oh, wow.
We had people who were asking people, would you want to drink some water? And buying water from their own pockets for people.
Amazing.
You see, and we walked for 4 solid hours, packed, moved from Obrasport all the way to the Independence Square. The police watched everything nicely. Some of them even stopped us and took selfies.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, and all that. And it was so beautiful. For me, the spirit was very high, and people who attended knew exactly why they were on the streets. You know, it's not like, you know, those kind of demonstrations where people are massed, they come there, they don't even know why they are on the streets. Almost everybody understood why they were on the streets. And for me, that was a big plus.
Now,
yes.
You have been very vocal about this entire movement and haven't shied about speaking your mind. Speak to us about how it's moved from being just a hashtag to becoming a movement that a lot of people can rally behind and hope for change in this country.
Well, it always has to start with one step. People started, Fix the Country, it became a big hashtag, and then it had to manifest into something tangible.
Right.
And so many people can relate to the fact that Ghana has become a very terrible country. Everybody has come to understand that we have a president who is still asleep. People have come to understand that this is a country that is still trying and erroring left, right, and center.
Right.
So they came out on the streets and then they demonstrated. The most important thing, if you spoke with some of the people who came out to demonstrate on the day, they were all looking at the president. That is the head. So many bad things are happening. A lot of them came out to personally air their views and to look for a better Ghana. It is not a personal thing. You see, we came out because we wanted to see a different Ghana. We have seen other countries, yes, but we want to be bigger than some of those countries. I mean, if we were the first to gain independence in this part, you know, of the world, we should not be comparing ourselves to people who have gone to war for the past how many years and people who got their independence 20 years after us. It's mediocrity.
Right.
So we agreed that it had to naturally move from a hashtag into something that has to do with action. And that was the action you saw on the floor.
Now, I'll come to how long it took for that particular demonstration to come on, because it's been weeks of agitation, it's been back and forth, it's been court cases. But let me come to you, Kwame. What has been your observation in general about the hashtag, the movement, and the demonstration?
Well, AJ, I remember the last time we talked about this, we were talking about the fact that the organizer, or those who were behind this whole campaign, were seeking some clearance to stage a demonstration. And I also mentioned that, yes, in as much as I agreed and admitted that a demonstration was necessary, I believed after the demonstration, we need to put in place certain things to make sure that whatever change we want to see really comes to pass. Now, I saw the Twitter or the social media campaign as big, or if you like, bigger than the demonstration. My assessment of what happened on social media with regards to this Fix the Country thing was that, usually when any trend happens on Twitter, within 3 days or maybe 4-5 days, then a new trend, great. But this one was on for like 2 weeks and over, and even after that, there were different angles, and people were still talking about Fix the Country. So I came to the realization that we've come to a point where the people of the country, the youth in particular, are beginning to gain some consciousness of what is right and what should be done for them.
Absolutely.
So for social media to have extended that kind of campaign agenda for that duration, I thought we were doing something right. Then came the idea of a demonstration. And I was like, yes, we've had so many demonstrations in the past, but has Ghana really changed? Have we seen the change we all want to see? Yes or no? Maybe there have been some gradual or little changes here and there, but we've not seen a massive change as we all want to see. So what do we do to see the change that we all want to see? Now, I said the other time that change, development is a continuum. It's not an event. So I did not expect this demonstration to turn Ghana into paradise overnight.
Okay.
What I rather want to see is that after this, celebrities like Blakk Rasta, like those who started the campaign, who championed the campaign on social media, who were not even able to be at the demonstration, and all of us, what we need to do is to get a plan. We should be deliberate about talking about issues that would prick the consciences of our leaders. Because if we do this today and we go to sleep, nothing will change. And if we also focus so much on the top without talking about those at the bottom, if we don't do a bottom-up and an up-bottom approach, it won't work. I was happy when Blakk Rasta said that when they went for the demonstration, the protesters, they cleaned the area. It tells you something that our people are learning something. Previously, they may have just left the rubbish there. But now they've come to realize that now the change begins with you. So what I'm learning from all this is that it appears we are seeing some change. But how to sustain it is the problem. We can't just say that, okay, we've gone for demonstration. Blakk Rasta was there. We saw this personality and that personality. And so Ghana is going to change. No, we need to continue with this. When you tune into our radio stations, TV stations, and they're having programs on politics, most times you see one person from MPP, one person from NDC,
and then it's like
leaving the main thing that needs to be discussed. We don't usually talk about what would have impact on society. So it's always the tangentials. This party has done this. This person has done this. And, with the celebrities, I don't have any problem with anybody belonging to a political party. But if you really think about your country, and if you come on social media to claim that you do, then you shouldn't be worried to come out, even if the party in power is your party, to come and tell us that this party isn't doing this right or the right way. And that has been one of our problems. This personality who is supposed to be a celebrity thinks that this is my party. I want to talk about, even though what is being done won't help us. So I think we need to get to that level where if we want to sustain our attempt to get things changed, the people we call celebrities will be bold enough to say that this is happening in this country and it won't help anybody. And I think if we do that, the demonstrations, the social media campaigns, agenda, everything will yield some results.
Alrighty, now, Chris, your thoughts about the entire movement and then the demonstration that happened on Wednesday?
Well, the demonstration that happened on Wednesday was actually very commendable. I must say kudos to the organizers. They did a very good job when it comes to organizing that before and after. You know, after that's cleaning up the rubbish and everything. And also, I think it's a start to something. It's a start to something big. We might think, because when I was talking about it with a friend, they said, oh, a lot of demonstrations have happened in Ghana, you know. But this is not like before. I don't think this is like before. I think these people mean business. Like, there's a wave of change in Africa right now.
Yeah.
There's a wave of change that starts from everybody being tired to wanting to see our leaders do something. And also, I think, like what Kwame Dazi was saying, we will see change, but will it be now? But if you look at also what the people are doing, the conveyors, they said there's going to be another one. So that actually sends a message. That will keep on sending a message. Yes, and I think that the people in power will realize that, look, it's not about just our parties, but it's about we are the one in charge right now. It could have been the other party too, because the conveyors made it clear that it's not about this party or that party. We're just trying to do this for Ghana.
I like that. Now, speaking of the people in power, and let me come to you, Blakk Rasta. It's been a journey to get to the point where it was finally agreed to and everyone could hit the street finally. Talk to me about that journey in it. I'm sure you observed it, you were probably in the know of things, but did that take away from the Wednesday demonstration with the delay in how long it took for it to finally be organized?
No, big things start small. And when something is delaying, our elders say when a woman is delaying, you know, in the room, she's only getting better. You know, when she comes out, you admire her better.
True.
You see, it will take time so that you can get enough energy to explode. You see, that's what Fix the Country has done all this while. And I'm glad, you know, Kwame Dazi talked about celebrities.
Right.
Who is a celebrity? Somebody who is worth celebrating. For me, every celebrity must be a role model. If you have the numbers following you, be responsible. So when people are having a demonstration and you sit behind your computer and make a lot of noise, that is good. I don't know what will hold you back from coming out to show that it's not just hot air. It's not just talk behind the computer. Well, somebody like A+ said he was busily selling cement, so he couldn't come. A few people were quite disappointed that he said something like that. But I don't like to personally. Everybody has when they can spark. Somebody sparks in the morning, somebody does in the afternoon, others do in the evening, some even in the night. The last one, I wasn't there. This time around, I came. So we should give people time to convince themselves that, okay, I want to translate this thing from just the typing
keyboard
and making noise virtually to coming out physically to make noise. Fix the Country is a very serious thing. And when you watch some of the gentlemen who came out and the ladies, I saw so many ladies, I was shocked. They were being pushed around left, right, and if you look at some of the pictures, I had a lady in my arm like this. She worked for 4 solid hours.
Wow.
Breaking loose, coming back, and you know, the energy was so much. So I asked her at a point, what is this thing? What do you really want to achieve? He said, we are fighting for our children and our children's children. Certainly, we are not looking for an earthquake kind of, a volcanic, you know, kind of change.
Yeah.
We are looking for a change that will be gradual. Yet, in the gradual change, we want to push it so it can be quick too. That is what we are looking at. And I believe that the youth, I've never, all 46 years of my life, I haven't seen the youth get this conscious. The youth are beginning to understand that some old men would soon die, and they would have to take over the reins of this country. And depending on how they handle this country, it could be an apocalypse. If we are not careful, this country is going to become a country that can only be ruled by old men. It's going to be their retirement benefits. And the youth have come to understand. I'm so happy that I've lived to see this thing we've been talking about all these years.
Because you've been a very conscious teacher.
I am great now. I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, so I'm going to join the old men soon? Or have I joined them already? And I see I see the young brethren and sisters on the street, and what they speak, I just hear that in my stomach. Things I said in the past, some of them are taking the energy and forming bigger energies, and it makes me feel fulfilled. That these guys who used to be very comfortable, stealing our money and riding us towards hell, are beginning to get the right jobs. And soon, I believe that we are going to get a better country. That's what is happening.
I believe so.
The country has to change. The youth were even talking against the two big political parties in this country. Nobody was talking about Party A or Party B. They were talking Ghana. There's a gentleman who dresses only in Ghana colors. He doesn't wear any other thing. Ghana colors. You can imagine how uncomfortable this guy would be wearing this long frock full of heat, and he's walking on the street in Ghana colors. He tells me that, Charlie, Blakk Rasta, my children want to inherit a better Ghana.
True.
And that makes me so passionate and so emotional sometimes when I see the youth beginning to pick up the vibe.
And I like that. And I truly believe that there's been an awakening over the last couple of years, maybe last 8 years, where the youth are now understanding that if they don't take advantage or take the reins to be able to speak on the issues, it would be something else. But coming to the celebrity angle, yes, we had a lot of people that joined the movement while it was known as a movement on social media. But when it came down to the demonstration in itself, there were not so many people that were present. DKB put up a post on social media saying, when I got to Fix the Country demo grounds, I was shocked to hear that apart from activists Blakk Rasta and Captain Smart, I was the only independent celebrity who participated. Is it true? Which other celeb did you spot there? Now, I'm sure, were you shocked to see the lack of celebrities?
I was so excited. Honestly, I was so excited to see that not many celebs came out.
You were excited? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Do they take away from the movement?
No. What? I mean, when I arrived on the grounds, it was like Michael Jackson had arrived in Ghana for the first time.
Wow.
In fact, it made me feel good.
Yes.
That, oh, wow. Okay, so there are people who are listening. Because if I really want to count the number of enemies I've made in the past, nobody should even follow me. We have spoken all the harsh language, all the foolish noise we have made. And to see people still gravitate towards us, for me, it is great. I was glad that I didn't see a lot of celebrities there. Why? Because it's unfortunate, but a lot of our celebrities are Andrew Liver Salt celebrities.
Explain.
Simple. When you pour Andrew Liver Salt in water, it goes to the top, then to the ground that same moment. They have the energy. Breaking news. The moment it breaks, everybody's rushing, trying to pick a big chunk out of it. And then they all cool down again. These are not revolutionaries. You have to find that engine inside you that will give you the breaking news every time, whether there's a breaking news or not. Or else you have the tendency of becoming too cold before the real revolution starts. Our celebrities, unfortunately, a lot of them are ice cold, and a lot of us have also not really come out genuinely from our hearts. We only come out to hype ourselves. Oh, Blakk Rasta was there. He met 2 million people who said hi and took autographs for him. For me, it will sell some of my music or some of the things that I do. But I come out and I refuse to even sign autographs. And I want people to be focused. This is where we have reached. We still need our celebrities to reach that level. And what do you expect if a lot of these celebrities were dancing for NPP, NDC during the elections? Do you think that NDC, MPP would pay somebody to dance for me during the election, and then there's Fix the Country, then you show your face? You've sold your identity already. What we call the birthright. It's been sold. So in part, we say you are a sellout. You have sold your conscience out. So even if you want to demonstrate, it's like, Charlie, I take money from these people who have signed something, so I'm not going to do this thing. And for me, let's have the genuine minds. I'm not saying that those who didn't come out are fake, no. All I'm saying is that the less celebrities we have out there, the better. Because when celebrities come out, most of the time, it's all about hype.
I can agree to some part of that, but even with something you rightly said, for those that may not be party A or party B, but are afraid of the consequences, and we are all sure about how people react to certain things. Your picture being there at the protest ground is something that in a few weeks could end up becoming a bad thing for you, because someone will see someone and say, well, you are against us. So, but people are afraid of sometimes putting their face out a bit too much and facing the consequences for that. Is then a problem, or do you think people should be able to face whatever it is, or is it our politicization of everything makes it hard for people to be able to show their faces for campaigns that are good?
You cannot be a revolutionary when you have makeup on your face. You cannot be a revolutionary when you have garnishing around you. Shed off the makeup, shed off the garnishing, and let your real skin show. That's how it is. There are some people who are so hypocritical. What they do is they want to eat with both hands. Oh, this party said, let me just play in between. And they are the worst people. The Arabians call them munafikun. They are hypocrites. And the Muslims say the hypocrites are worse than the devil. Because one time you believe that they are with you. Julius Caesar was killed by his close hypocrite. Things like that. So, yes, if your order was out there, and look at what happened. Police brutality and all the noise. Probably she had enough. Or maybe she wants to go back and get enough energy and come back. You see. Yes, we have people who come out and they are like, oh, Charlie, if they see my face, next time I go looking for a contract, I won't get it. Intimidation. If you want to be that revolutionary, you have to forget about, be ready to go hungry. Learn how to fast from now. When you fast, you don't care who is cooking what, because you're not interested in food. But if you are not ready for that, then we have a huge problem on our shoulders. And all the people who came out, look at Captain Smart. I mean, he's been in bed with the party in power for some time until things broke loose. And he came out now, he's saying a lot of things. We have never been associated with any party. Some other people too have been on the other side. So when they all come out like that, making so much noise about these things, then we see that we are going somewhere. But that fear has to be broken. If you truly want to fight for your nation, forget the contracts, forget the good name. No revolutionary has a good name whilst he's going through that revolution. It's after the revolution, people start saying things about you. But whilst it is going on, forget the garnishing, forget the makeup.
Now also, there were a few counter hashtags and movements that have sprung up. Even on the day that it was going on, I think the day after, Fix Yourself was trending highly, which is something that people have used to battle Fix the Country for a long time. It's up to all of us to be able to make sure that it happens. What is your response to Fix Yourself?
I'm so glad you mentioned it. These are government
funded hashtags.
People. The government pays people to talk rather than to work. And that is why we have to deal with sleeping presidents. They sleep all day and then they push their guys out and sponsor them to go and counter attack some of the things genuine-minded people are coming up with. And we've seen that. We've seen a lot of people who know nothing, next to nothing, sit on radio and TV and talk medicine. They are talking philosophy. They are talking history. They are talking everything. And they know, let them come out and ask them, 1 + 2 divided by 1 is what? They would have to look for a calculator. These are the people they unleash. The more you insult, the more you become a celebrity amongst these political people. Now, everybody fears to be in a panel with you because you speak harshly. No brains, but harsh. And these are the people killing us. Imagine government harsh. Well, if it was genuine, I would say, well, this is a democratic country. Not everybody thinks that the country has to be fixed. It's been fixed already. They are in heaven. Imagine an IGP saying that we are not in heaven, so we shouldn't expect everything to be okay. Imagine all these problems we are having. Look at the placards that came out that day. Just read the wisdom in a lot of these placards. Young boys are saying that, Mommy, I'm going out. If I don't return, know that I came out and died for the next generation to have a better country. Is this not emotional enough for you to desist from counter hashtagging this? We have messages all over. The only people who are enjoying this country are those who have swallowed everything that is bitter, and they have decided to pretend that it's sweet. So they are getting all the contracts and all those things. But if you are a fasting person like me, if you can fast the whole year, then you don't care what food you are sharing. You only want to see a bigger Ghana for your children and your children's children. That's it. So those hashtags, I saw them too, and I laughed. But one of the placards said, do not pay people to talk. Pay them to work. We are looking for work. We are not looking for propaganda. Nkrumah never did propaganda. Why is it that it takes politicians so long to talk about a toilet that they have built? They will talk about one toilet that is built for 2 hours. You see. But when it comes to their corrupt nature, no, within 1 second, they'll just gloss over it and then forget about it. That is what we are talking about. We want this country to get better. We want to be able to go to other countries and people will say, oh, Ghana is good. Look at Nkrumah. Everybody knows Nkrumah around the world. Go to Japan and ask if anybody knows J.B. Dankwa. Go around and ask if anybody knows Akwa J. Now we are boxing all of them into a Founders Day. And we are saying, I think the country, please, Nkrumah warned us about revisionism. Don't revise history. History is bam, like that. Don't go and revise it. It's like the Bible. Why do you revise the Bible? It's there. See, Nkrumah did not do any propaganda. Right now, they are trying to box and bring their ancestors and forefathers into the Founders thing. But it was one man who stood on the grounds there and said, Ghana is independent, whilst the others were busily preparing bombs to bomb him night and day. How can you call terrorists and bombers founders? Perhaps, are you happy? Are you happy to call bombers and terrorists?
Perhaps we shouldn't use the word terrorist.
Oh,
but
mommy, who is a terrorist?
But let's
somebody who visits people with terror.
But let's
come to bombing. Who did it?
But then let's come to a point.
The 13 times Nkrumah was bombed, even his mother's house. Who did it?
But coming to another point of how you were able to ensure that the demonstration was not usurped by other people, because we've seen demonstrations over the last couple of months across different African countries where sometimes hoodlums, people can usurp the movement and then turn it into riots and other untoward things. How did you ensure that the decorum was maintained, everything was level-headed? Another
beautiful one. You see, the day that I stepped at the at the Obra spot there, I arrived there about 28 minutes to time.
Yeah.
When I was walking, it was like I was walking to heaven. I was only seeing angels flapping their wings and saying, Akwaba, Akwaba. That was how I felt. At that point, if I had been hit by a stray bullet, I'm telling you that my life would have been fulfilled. Trust me. You see, we came out and the young ladies and the young men, some of them 16, 17, 18. Look, even where else we're going? They started playing Shatawale's music and people, hey, stop that music.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, Fix the Country people were there. We play freedom, 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 freedom. Stop. They wanted to beat the DJ. An hour later, they started playing Where You Are Go Run Go, the song that you play.
Yes.
And hey, look, it was like a volcanic eruption. Stop that music. Well, we are in the media. We understand why people will get angry. Because the first demonstration, Shatawale said, what is this nonsense? You see, then Stonebwoy, who was expected to provide by his fans to have graduated, also, said something that the Fix the Country people were not too happy. So I understood why they said that. But the positive side of it is, so right now the youth are ready to clap down on all these guys who they supported hitherto. That gives me so much happiness. Because in the past, like, my sister was saying a few minutes ago, are we not graduating our artists? Do we graduate chaff? The old man can be there for 600 years as long as he's giving you that's why Bob Marley remained a legend forever. Which artist has been able to surpass Bob Marley? Even Michael Jackson and those people. Yes, the youth have to come, but they have to buy their space. They have to merit it. You don't just graduate people because, oh, these people are... And that's what's happening in Ghana. We call it age shaming. I never knew how rich they. There are some gatherings I go to, oh, this guy, the old man. Say, hey, so soon? Really? See? Age shaming. But the youth are getting a little bit more conscious. That's why our music is always watered down now, every now and then. Because we are hook, line, and sinker. We are just graduating the wholesale promotion. Wholesale, go, like that. And they are bringing on the table a lot of chaff. I'm happy to see Kumerica. They might not be my kind of art, but I love their spirit. They are doing good. But you push away a very, very talented artist only because he just hit 50. Meanwhile, Jay-Z has never graduated. Nobody is graduating Jay-Z out there. Nobody graduated Michael Jackson until he graduated himself into his coffin. These are legends. We don't give our musicians the chance to attain that level. Somebody's 21 and is already a legend because he started music at the age of 18. Now he should be retiring. Right. When Ghanaians want to retire you, they slap you with that tag legend. Once they call a legendary Ghanaian musician, Blakk Rasta, that means that, hey, you stayed too long.
It's time for you to go.
You have overstayed your welcome. Please go. And it's not helping us. The older you are, you have so much experience and it will work. The youth that we are having right now, oh my God, I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I love it. Now, I would love to come get Chris and Kwame's thoughts on how we can ensure that moving forward, we can galvanize more support, be it from the celebrities who are still, who would rather be more comfortable tweeting from home, or perhaps even the regular man from somewhere across the country who loves the movement, supports the movement, but still needs a bit more convincing, because we've seen instances where demonstrations are clamped down, so might need a bit more cajoling to be able to decide to hit the streets with you. But Chris, how do you think we can, as a whole, help advance movements such as Fix the Country?
Well, that's a very dicey question, but it's simple. At the end of the day, everybody is experiencing something, except you are telling us that you are super comfortable at your homes and then you are not really. When you think deep down, when you just stay calm and think within yourself and ask yourself, am I really okay? Is everything really going on fine? If everything is really not going on fine, then you know there's a problem. Has everything been the same for a very long time? Has it been stagnant? Are we moving forward? If you can answer those questions yourself, of course, you know the answer. So if it's yes, we are moving forward, then hey, stay at home. But if we realize that, okay, it's not moving forward, then it's time to understand where the Fix the Country movement people are coming from. It's time to support instead of speaking against. And at the end of the day, when you start understanding where they are coming from, you might not hit the street at once, but it starts from somewhere. Activism starts from somewhere. Maybe social media, like he said, he's not mad at the people that didn't come. Maybe those ones are starting from social media. So yes, I also do advise social media activism, because if you have a lot of followers, at least you are typing. At least they can see that you are doing something, because even with the NSAS, it started online. But at the end of the day, the musicians and entertainers in Nigeria, all of them were, everybody was just, fed up and like, yeah, we're really tired of SAS. Yeah. And the whole counter
hashtags.
Nigerian Own was so funny because the counter protest didn't make sense. Everybody's asking the government, end SAS, stop police brutality. And this group comes and says, oh, leave the police. They are not killing anybody. So it's just like what the Fix Yourself is all about. So when I see the Fix Yourself come, I'm like, okay, like it's not always about you people. It doesn't have to be like one way. People do feel what they feel. So let them, let Fix the Country people, let them be. So I don't think, like I said, it just starts from somewhere. And if you look within you, you will realize that, okay, there's a problem. And when you realize there's a problem, it starts from there. Hey, there's a problem. I should rather join them or support them. You can support in many ways.
Yeah.
You can support in many ways because obviously they are not expecting everybody to hit the street, but you can support them in any way. Yeah, because I've seen, you know, how they put it out on social media. You can support them with probably money. You can support them with other things. Yeah, there are different ways you can support that kind of movement.
And I completely agree, Kwame.
Yeah.
How can we all galvanize support for movements such as this, or perhaps even for celebrities to be able to join the movement more and perhaps use their mediums to convince others to be a part of it?
Yes, so Chris has said a lot. You know, art is very, very powerful, and most of these celebrities are artists. Now, if you're an artist out there, you can use your medium, as in your art, to effect that change we desire. So, music, before we even started this conversation, you played Stonewall's Run Go.
Yes.
And if you listen to that song, it has some deep lyrics in there.
Absolutely.
And he is sending out great message to the leaders on how to fend for the people. So, musicians, what goes into the kind of compositions that you do? We know that as human beings, we can do without love and other things. But once in a while, put together a piece of music to touch on some of these things. And I want them to be more specific. You know, Fix the Country is quite broad, but there are issues in education, in transport, in agriculture, in other fields.
Yeah.
So if we would have most of our celebrities as in musicians composing songs on these themes, we would be sustaining the campaign in a way. Now, those filmmakers as well put together films themed on Fix the Country. You can take any of them. Bad governance, you can take education, you can take anything that you think can help move this nation forward. So after the demonstration, after all the social media agenda, campaign and everything, as celebrities, even if you're not able to be part of the demonstration, what you can do with your crafts is to make sure that you communicate your ideas through your piece of artwork. And that can help us get far with this campaign.
I love that. Now, Blakk Rasta, final words, and also how we can all throw our support and help advance the movement.
Thank you. The only way forward for this country is patriotism. I've said it time and again. When you are patriotic, your attitudes will change. During our independence, when Nkrumah proclaimed that we were independent, and he said our independence was useless, in fact, in his own words, meaningless, unless we're linked up with the total liberation of the whole of Africa. He said, it is now time to change our attitudes. Look, President Nana Akufo-Addo can fix everything in this country if our attitudes and our patriotism become so weak. We'll mash up everything. The other day, my little son asked me, so if all of us in Ghana move to America to enjoy all the good and bring the white people here, what would happen? Wow, that's good thinking. What is going to happen? Your guess is as good as mine. We will go and mash up all the good things that you put there because some of us are not even used to some bad attitudes. Then they will come here and fix all it. I'm so ashamed saying this as a Pan-Africanist. But that is reality. We need to fix our attitude. Yes, very important. When was the last time, AJ, you saw an advert on TV talking against corruption? When was the last time you saw an ad on TV talking about our attitudes, patriotism? In my days, we sang it in all the languages, even the words or the lyrics of the national anthem. Make us fearless. Cherish honesty. Fearless. Cherish honesty. So if you stay home because you are a coward chicken, then you don't even respect your national anthem. If you don't cherish honesty, then you are a jack. See? So for me, let's deal with the patriotism and let's deal with patriotism. In fact, attitude is a subset of patriotism. And when we deal with that, AJ, we will have El Dorado. We will have heaven in this country. That's it.
And on that note, that was a Blakk Rasta show. You're tuning into the chat. When we come back, we'll be sitting down with Pastor Neo Kai. Thank you so much, Blakk Rasta, for coming. Truly, your words have been incredible. And I think all of us that have been tuned in, and even I was here, a lot of my people behind the scenes also, an affirmation of some of the things that we're saying. Thank you very much for making the time to be